Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the top 5 things that I like about World War III, the game. So if you don't know what World War III is, it came out just a little over a week ago in early access on Steam. It is a game developed by the Polish game developer, the Farm 51. It has some semblances to Battlefield, but it is its own game in its own right. Like, it's not a Battlefield copy. It does a lot of things different, and in today's video I wanted to highlight the top 5 things that I enjoy about the game a lot. So without further ado, let's get stuck right into this. Number 1, the customization system. So I made a video about that the other day, and the customization in World War III is absolutely insane. You can customize pretty much every little piece of your weapon. There's a large variety of cosmetic items that you can upgrade your soldier with so you don't look like everybody else on the battlefield. Same goes for the weapons, cosmetics. There's a bunch of them. You can put different camos, you can put different colors on your weapons, and there's a lot to choose from and a lot of ways to customize your soldier. You can even change the voice of your soldier and change the flag that he has on his jacket. There is really an immense amount of customization for weapons and soldiers, and it's really impressive that a smaller developer like the Farm 51 can come up with so many good customization options and cosmetic items that some AAA companies don't even come up with. Currently, everything is unlocked in the game. I would assume it is for testing purposes, but later down the line, it's going to be tied into a progression system, and I can't wait to see how the progression system ties into the cosmetic and customization system. I would expect that there's going to be probably a lot of hours to put in to be able to unlock everything that there is to unlock in the game, and probably with more stuff that'll be added later down the line. Number 2, the movement system. So the movement system in World War III isn't perfect by any means. There's a lot of tweaking to do, a lot of tweaking for the animations especially, but the movement system in general feels really good. It feels good to navigate around the map when it is working. Now, there is some vaulting issues here and there, and some of the animations look wonky, as I said, but the movement feels really good, so you can properly use lean. So a lot of games have the lean feature set to auto, or it doesn't lean quite enough. It is a little bit exaggerated in World War III, but it makes it usable so that you can use it to stay behind cover as like 3/4 cover and still be able to lean to actually fire enemies or peek corners or stuff like that. You can crouch slide. You can, when you're on your stomach, you can double tap, for example, the A key, and then you'll flip around on your back and look the other way. And they really put a lot of effort into the movement system in World War III, and you can tell there's a lot of ways to navigate around the map, and it feels good. Even though the maps are very large, it feels good to run around and slide to cover, peek the corners, then lay on your stomach, then flip sides and everything. And there's also free look, which I wasn't expecting there would be in a first-person shooter like World War III, but that is a welcome addition as well. For example, you're crossing the street and you don't really want to move your soldier from left to right entirely. You just press the free look key and you can look a little bit to the right, look a little bit to the left, which is great in my opinion for a game like World War III, where there's a lot of stuff happening all over pretty much all of the time. Number 3, we have map design. So a lot of games these days suffer from poor map design, either not enough cover for infantry players, so few lanes on the map that you always feel like you're running the same path and having to go in the same direction, running into the same people, same choke points, always getting murdered in the same areas. So the map design in World War III, it is quite large. The maps are larger than what you would typically be used to in something like Battlefield. Of course, Battlefield has some huge maps as well, but even the urban maps in World War III are very vast, and you have the choice between medium and large, which gives you, the player, the choice to, okay, I want to play something a little smaller, do a little bit less running, get into more engagements, or play something really large where it's a little bit slower paced. Generally speaking, World War III is a little bit slower paced, but it doesn't lack action whatsoever. So the map design, you don't feel like you're always running through an open field, for example, getting destroyed by vehicles. There is a lot of places for infantry infantry combat. There's a lot of places for vehicle engagement and vehicle combat. There's cover for infantry to move throughout the map, even if you're running through an open road. It doesn't feel like you're always getting murdered from left, right, and center, and that is good. I really enjoy the maps. I can't wait till they bring out more. I want to put more time also into the maps to get to know them. I'm still starting to know them a little bit, but generally speaking, I'm really enjoying the maps in World War III. Next, we have the battle point system. So basically, in World War III, you have access to kill streaks. Well, they're not really kill streaks, they're battle point streaks. So the more you play the objective, the more you attack, defend flags, the more battle points you will get to call in your reward streaks. So it can be anything you want. It can be a UAV, it can be a jammer, it can be a little RCXD quadrocopter that you can blow enemies up with. It can be vehicles, quads, whatever you can think of. There's a wide array of battle point rewards, and it does feel very good to get those and have a certain area highlighted so all the enemies are spotted, or jam a certain area, or call in a vehicle because there's no vehicles left at base. So there's a lot of ways to reward the player for actually playing the objective. And on top of that, when you start a game, you get to choose between an attacker and a defender within your team. So you're automatically put on a team, and then you get to choose whatever role you play. So if you're somebody who attacks flags more often than not, then maybe you choose the attacker because you'll get more points, more battle points by attacking flags and going to cap objectives. On the flip side, if you're somebody who plays a little bit more defensively and you go for flags that are being capped, then maybe pick the defensive side so you get more battle points by defending flags and killing enemies on flags. So it's really nice that it gives the player the choice to get a little bit bonus battle points so it fits their playstyle better, as opposed to forcing it on everybody the same way. And number 5, last but certainly not the least, player freedom and choice. Now you're going to say, what the hell are you talking about, player freedom and choice? In World War III, you are the king of how you play and how you want your soldier to look, what do you want to use as weapons. For example, if you want to run an assault rifle and a sniper rifle as a secondary weapon, run super heavy plate armor that absorbs a lot of damage from bullets, and just be a big ass tank with long range capabilities in the assault rifle for close quarter or medium range combat, well, you can do that. You can put pretty much no armor on, run an SMG, be super fast on the battlefield, but of course have the disadvantage of having less armor. Well, you can do that too. You want some battle point reward streaks that maybe give your team an advantage on the field, such as UAVs, jammers, and all these different things. You can do that. You want something that's a little bit more aggressive, such as the quadrocopter that blows up in people's faces, a big ass tank. You can do that as well. You can pick, if you are more of an attacker or more of a defensive player, to get those bonus points for the battle point rewards. You can do that too. There's a lot of soldier freedom in World War III, and that's what I think I like a lot about it. They're not forcing players to play in a certain way. If you want to play as a lone wolf, you can do that. If you want to play as a squad, you can do that. There's a wide list of gadgets that you can choose from. You can really play World War III how you want to play it, and it's not forced upon you to play it in any way. Of course, it does come with its problems of maybe balancing issues, but I'm sure this will be fixed later down the line. But so far, I'm really enjoying World War III in its early access state. And for $28 USD, $36 Canadian, which is pretty much half the price of a regular AAA title, I think it's worth the purchase if you can deal with the bugs and glitches during the early access development. I think the Farm 51 have a solid foundation here, and these are the top 5 things that I like about the game. Of course, there's a lot more to like, and of course, there are some grievances that you have to deal with all early access titles, but I'm really enjoying the game so far. And this is why I wanted to share these top 5 things that I like about World War III with all of you. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of World War III, if you've had a chance to try it, if you're still waiting for the game to be a little bit later on in development. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as I release first-person shooter-related content pretty much every day. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.